Hello, this is Maximus Fry, and I'm going to review the leader of the 24 Significant and the original Mixel, Flain. We'll do that. To start off by showing off instructions. Color coded in a bright red is set 1500, indicating that it's the first listed as a show design, which is behind silver effect. Yeah, it says piece list, which has a total amount of 58 pieces. Ignore those other version it did. This 2014 Mixel checklist. Yeah, just calling all Mixels page. Code is HO7H8AD E2D, which code is hot-headed. There's an advertisement for Lego Club. There we go. Now when it comes to its name, so it's a combination of the word flame and red. It was originally called something else, so two words, but I decided to make one word in the name, and flame. This is color coded in red, so most is bright red with some dark red, so which since red is the color that fire is typically color coded in. As you can see here, he very much resembles of all animals out there. It's very odd that this is the first animal to represent. So it's a cardinal. And for those who don't know what a cardinal is, which I sense as most people, it's a bright red bird that's found in North America. I think mainly in the eastern parts of the USA. Example also has a broad crest, and the Flain does have the bright red coloration. Has these large flames coming out of the back of his head, seen like a crest, and I do love this large flame effect with this fading from yellow to red. I think that's a very cool piece. So coloration there. He also has a beak, bit of a weird one. Not the biggest fan of how it looks, and it has these double tooth pieces. As his toes is the first. So of course being the first Mixel. I should also mention that in the show, for the show design has his collar in grey, though but in the show it's actually black, which is more accurate to the sets, as you can see here. And that's pretty much all that say on the design. So this is articulation. You can rotate the eyes beyond to 60 degree. You can hinge the head up and down. Though in certain angles might sound just fine, but other angles, let's say like this style. So yeah, it's very difficult. It's not the biggest fan of outfits. It does like a massive heads and small. Also, it does apply that he's a bit top heavy. Can hinge his arms up and down. Unfortunately, there's no mouth articulation. His feet are ball jointed, so you can make Flain do the splits like so. It's a present say. You can rotate so 360 degrees. So other than the head being able to move up and down, his articulation isn't special. And that's pretty much all that I have to say about Flain. So, overall, you can sort of tell he's the first Mixel to be. He didn't even saw that he's on the map in the first one, on leader of his tribe, and he was the first 2014 Infinite to be revealed. And I think that uh, have Flain as their favourite Mixel. I think probably because he's the first one. He's probably the most overrated to me since although I don't like the Flain effect. It's sort of out of left field for the first Mixel to resemble a cardinal. Uh, it's just it's being a series for his design is more simplistic, not that much to it. His articulation is pretty poor for the Mixel standards. Um, and also, nice model. Articulation is big, but in the show it's sort of more of a regular bar for comparison. I think the beat looks a bit weird to me, and I think Fade is a bit top heavy. And honestly, he is not only my least favorite 2014 Infinite, he's my least favorite out of all the Infinites. So I'm going to give Fade. So I think he's a decent mix, not bad by any means. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. So to all have me.